XRP price pushed higher. Yes, it did. We got great news. Grayscale unveils XRP Trust and future ETF opportunity, and that news did push the price up. But what are we doing? The price is slowly coming back down. The market as a whole is choppy. Bitcoin is looking to come back down to this range. That's 56,400. Now look at the reality, guys. This is XRP as a cryptocurrency being searched all over the Google internet, and you don't get to see any of those spike here. So the price spike is either the whales or the exchanges which want you to try and trade it, or it's just us buying more. That's it. You're not watching a ton of new people jumping in. So yes, the news is true, but again, it's eyeing future ETF opportunity, not ETF right now. So we have to go back to the basics. What does the market show you? You believe what the market says, because these kind of fundamentals don't play out without people coming in. So you go back a year, you go back 5 years, you see there is no surge happening. But it's not new. If you take the entire history for XRP, it's not new. We have been in those areas where no one surged, the price surged, then people start searching for it. Fine, but are we there yet? Let's break it down. Welcome to the Scientific Investor family, where the normal retail guys get to learn how to become the next top 10% of this world. There is some difference to the room, the environment, and everything. Work is going on the other. Hopefully in a week, the team will come in, they'll finish the interior and move out, so it should be much better. There's no AC here, there's no connection. It's really hard. I'm adjusting with what I can say is the LED lights. I know this is not the right way, but for a day, I have to adjust with this. Tomorrow I'll be traveling with my family, but for sure I'll wake up at 2 and still try to put one video before I go. I'll start the journey by 5:30, but definitely I'll try to make sure I do a video for you guys before I leave. Now, jumping back into the market, before that, I want to highlight this fact. I'm watching more people hitting that like button, way more than that normal percent of 10, right? It's like 15% more people hitting that like button. Thank you for each and everyone who's smashing that. Thank you. Now, let's right on to this. Let's be honest to ourselves. This is XRP, and XRP is showing you clearly that the breakout is good. We've been waiting for that. But even if you consider that breakout as legitimate, what's the trend line which you should retest and bounce off? Now this is your trend line, the new trend line for XRP. So you reverse, you come back, you test this, and then you head on higher if you're super bullish, hyper bullish on this. But well, I tell you what I see, right? So maybe I'm wrong, but guys, watch this. When you take that equation on a daily chart, this is what you see. Now, what do I mean? The moving average is resisting the price. The price is still below the moving average. That's one. Two, before you talk about a micro breakout and a retest, we should discuss about this breakout. Fine. That was a trend line which XRP was respecting for some time. But then we broke lower. Now we are retesting it. Are we going to get rejected? Because if we do, then you come back to 0.45, to 0.49, that buy range. So don't just trust the micro. Look for this too. At least in last 7 days, see if there is massive increase. It's just the normal fluctuation. We're not watching much change here. You take last 30 days, you kind of get into the equation. You're like, okay, they're saying we should start getting more, which is a good thing. But unless that starts showing you in the price action, which is a valid point. So last quarter, you're watching this, you don't have much of a change. People come only after the price goes up. So if you do get this range breaking back up, oh, that's bullish. Why? Because this trend line which I showed you is a short-term trend line. The bigger horizon, the bigger trend line is here. That's the resistance you're looking to break. So the retest is also a retest of this major macro resistance. If you don't break it, that's very hard. You'll have to come back down to find support. So believe me, if we don't break it soon, we'll actually see the price coming back down. So if you are that one bull who's arguing the point that we are about to break higher, okay, let's monitor that. Let's monitor that on a price to volume basis, because that's the true thing. Every other indicator is made from that price and volume data. Now we'll pick this up. You're watching, we had a lot of buy, but the price didn't actually go up. So what's next? The thought process here is clear. You're still below the moving average, but now you're trying to put in an inverted hammer on a 3-day. That's good, because last time when you did that, you did bounce off to test that trend line. Remember, we just talked about a true trend line here. So you may come back up to 0.61, 0.63 to test that range. It's good. Now you step back on a weekly, and XRP is showing you that one positive thing which we had. Remember, I was arguing in last 3 videos that this is the only positive thing for XRP. The rectangular continuation pattern. If we can play this out, boom, that's something really exceptionally well, because that would then start this macro run up. Remember, this is your first run where you do the 1, 2, 3, then you go choppy. Now you're breaking higher. So the macro and the medium term now aligns very well. Say you don't do all those stuff, the price come back down to the moving average, 0.51, 0.52. What can you see at that time? That's an inverted hammer again above the moving average as a support, while the moving average is trying to tilt back to the upside on a weekly. So a lot of it will depend on the news, but way more than that depends on what Bitcoin does. Not the micro moves in Bitcoin, but the macro moves in Bitcoin. So you can take a look at the 3-day, you can take a look at the weekly. So the 3-day is still the same. We discussed it clearly in the last video. So if you're looking at the weekly, we still have room for run up, but there's just Friday. So Saturday, Sunday, and Monday morning is when you actually get to see this. So that means you literally have to wait for another 3 days to see where the weekly closes. If it closes about 59, 60, that's hyper bullish, because you have very little buying volume, pushing the price way above, which is good, just perfect. Now you can pick any asset you want in this market to learn more about the market. So you come into the side of Ether, and Ether is starting to show you, yeah, I'm trying to make inverted hammers, but I'm still within that range. That's what I don't like with this asset now. You're still in that range, you're not breaking back up. The continuation patterns in this always came in through like that. So I'm like, unless you don't get a breakout, it does not match up. RSI is showing I'm trying to break higher. Good, great. But if you don't break higher, that's not something you really want. So you now take on the total altcoin market, because that matters way more. Right now in the equation of the markets, you're watching some of them starting to run up, say around 70. I gave you guys the call out for quant in the group. Scientific investor family is well educated. Well educated. By the time this season ends, you guys will see something very good in the trading side of the equation, just like what we have done last time. Because of all the bullish divergence and the breakout starting now, it is going to be very interesting in a few weeks from now. But yeah, that's the trading side of the equation. Say you're new to the equation, you are having a hard time with trading. Yeah, learn it. Learn it at the minimum cost. Maybe YouTube can give you all that you want, or if you're a good reader, books will give you everything. say Japanese candlestick charting techniques is a great book by, I think, Steve Nyson. You can start with that. But if you think you don't have that 1 or 2 years to learn, then join the Scientific Investor family. You get everything here. You get to learn each and everything. Now, let's jump back. The weekly is still here inside this bull flag. It's still developing a positive pattern for total altcoin market. Nothing changed. So either you break lower or you break higher. And this is going to happen in the next couple of weeks because the triangle is getting very congested here. That breakout is going to guide you to the upside. Now, let's be honest. Again, this is the trend line. If you are making such a base near that trend line, usually you bounce up, and that bounce can be a decent rally. You can go back immediately to test the all-time highs in the market. So remain vigilant in the market. Stay cautious. If there is red flags forming, I'll inform you guys right here, right there, if I see opportunities. Now, I don't just say that. I post it, right? For you guys to see each and everything. When I see something, the opportunity, the targets, the breakout, everything comes up here. And if you are there, remember, all these opportunities are there. You want to try one, you buy one, and then wait for a week, 2, 3, and see how it's performing. And if you think that's a good option, now go for it. You can actually get it in most of the tiers. That's actually a great opportunity for you to ride this wave. So guys, again, if you smashed that like button already, I'm thankful for you. And if you haven't done that till this point, please do consider smashing that like button. I'll meet you guys on the next video. Bye for now.